Oh lordy be, another hot day. Let's start off this video with cleaning up this mess. It's another fine day in the neighborhood, and it's hot. Extremely hot right now. My plan is to do something for the little birdies and the butterflies and the little bumblebees that are in my garden. My goal is to make some form of fountain. Now, the plan is to look for clearance items because I don't want to spend too much money on this project. I did order a solar powered fountain motor a couple years ago, but it is off again Amazon. I got it when it was on like for $10, and it's solar powered, so I don't have to worry about electricity, rewiring, or anything like that. My plan is that hopefully the little motor is strong enough to actually push the water up. That's my plan. Again, it's all gonna do with costs and everything like that, so first things first is we gotta go shopping. So let's go. Well, I got these on clearance. There's two of them. One for 26, one for 18. I want to make a fountain. I've been wanting to for a while. So, with weather like that, this is going to be fun. My plan is to basically take this vase, which I got on clearance, and I'm going to take 2 bricks that I had from the garden that the previous owners left, put them at the bottom like so, and then place the other one that I got on clearance again, which this one was only $18.67. So I'm going to put it on top, but it's not as tall as I want it to be. Here's my dilemma. So I want it to be this tall, so that basically it looks like a step down. And I need to figure out what I can use. So let me use something that at least gives me the height that I want, and I can measure it out. I used a box of airbrush paints, and it equals out to about 3.5 inches is what I need to add. So let's go down to the basement. I have some hydraulic cement that we have left over from when we fixed the wall, so I'm going to use this. When you use this, please use a mask. I am using a little bit of tape to block the hole at the bottom so that the water doesn't run out. And this product, basically you just mix it with water, but please again, wear a mask. You mix it with water and you gotta be quick because this stuff sets up really fast. Your work time is not as much as you think it is. So put in the water, mix it up, and then dump it in. After I poured in the liquid, there was a bunch that did not get mixed at the very bottom. As I'm trying to shake it out, I'm going to just mix it in the vase itself, which I should have probably done from the very beginning. So getting my hands all dirty, and this is when I find out pretty much that my hand has ripped a hole through the bottom of the glove. Again, I tried, but it's a very messy job. Smooth it out as best as you can, and then let it cure overnight, or at least for 48 hours. I'm going to keep mine for 48 hours, and then come back to it. We'll come back when it's dry, or when it's actually cured to a hardened state. In the meantime, I'm going to take this plastic tubing that I have and secure it to the bottom of the pot with some epoxy sculpt. This is basically going to fill the gap around the tube so the water doesn't run out and that it basically seals it. Now the water will run out once the pump is off because it does travel back down the tube at the very end. I didn't realize that, but other than that, it still worked and it's what I had on hand. So use what you got. If you have caulking, go ahead and use that. Or if you have some tape that you can stick around it, use what you got. Why go out and buy something? Now after everything is said and cured, I took the pot outside and made some room in the garden. Placed the 2 bricks at the bottom and then placed the pump in the bottom of the other pot. Remember to remove the price tags. I didn't notice that until about now that I forgot to do that. I did later on go back and fuss around some more with the bricks themselves, and I added 2 more just to flatten it out a little bit, but this is basically how you do it. It is going to take a lot of fussing and rearranging to get it level and also to get where the water is actually going to trickle out to your liking. I basically messed around with it, played around with it until I got it to where I want this amount of water to go over the edge and where I want it to go over the edge at. I did have to shorten the hose a little bit because, again, overestimating is better than underestimating. It's better to have a longer hose that you can cut down versus a short one that is way too short and you just have to redo everything. So I placed the pump where I wanted it. As you can see, it is a solar powered pump. So I didn't think it's going to be strong enough for this application, but it turned out pleasantly to work. Unfortunately, it has to be in direct sunlight just for it to work. But mess around and find the spot and it worked. I began filling the pot basically with the garden hose, as you can see here, to fill it up to the water level that I needed in both pots. I then played around some more and some more and some more on the placement of the pots and how I want it to sit and how I want it to trickle out of the pot. So, once everything is said and done, we can go ahead and look at the reveal. So I hope you like the idea of doing a little fountain for the little birdies and the bees so that they can basically stay cool for the summer. Now that my room is officially yet again another mess, I guess it's time to come up with another video. What that is, I don't know. But if you want to see, remember to like, share, subscribe. Come back next time for when we're going to figure out what we're going to be doing. And we'll see you then. Tschüssi!